Well, such ambitious plans may be possible for the major cities in the UK, but how realistic is it to think the so-called green revolution will reach more rural areas? Well, Sky's business correspondent Paul Kelso now reports.
British drivers are accelerating towards a carbon-free future. A ban on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars will arrive 10 years earlier than planned. So from 2030, charging stations like this in East London will need to be the norm, not the exception. There is a long way to go. It's estimated 22 million charging points are needed. Just 1 in 6 councils has installed any on-street, and a third of households have no off-street parking. But the industry is confident it can catch up.
The infrastructure is coming, and it will certainly be in place ready for 2030. It's challenging in places to install those chargers in every location, but the key thing is we need a balance of charging at home for those who have driveways, charging at work, and then lots of adequate public charging too.
Fast charging points like these are an important part of establishing a truly national charging network, but there's a problem. They require a huge amount of power. Have a look at this. The power's coming into them from this red box, and it's being fed out in these black cables. But just look at the cable that's bringing the power in. This huge black line runs all the way back to an electricity substation outside the car park. There's going to be huge new demand on the national power network if electric vehicles are going to be truly viable in a decade.
We're going to have to get smarter about how we use power, particularly at home. And this is what it might look like. These are some of the greenest council houses in the country, built off-site in Yorkshire by Ilke and assembled in Woolwich, with solar panels feeding power back into the grid and an air source heat pump 12 times less polluting than gas. Laura and Saulius love it.
If you can afford, of course I believe everyone wants to have this, but because it's not cheap, and well, you need to have finance to put those panels on and to change old system to new system. But if everyone can do this, why not? I recommend to everyone this.
Every home's heating will have to be transformed, and converting to hydrogen-powered boilers and even entire communities like this test site in Cumbria will be part of the answer.
This is what the future looks like. This is what Northern Gas Networks and the other industry players are really striving towards, to transition our network to move hydrogen and move away from natural gas.
The government hopes it's laying the groundwork for a greener future. We'll all notice the change if it's to work. Paul Kelso, Sky News.